You know what stops most producers from making music? It's not that they don't have ideas, it's not that they don't have the right plugins, and it's definitely not that they don't have enough time. The real thing that stops producers getting better is this.
Man, if this beat isn't going to sound amazing, then it's not worth making at all.
We've been tricked into thinking that every beat, every track that we make has to be like perfectly ready for Spotify, for radio, for the Billboard charts. That mindset is killing creativity before it even gets a chance to get going. Here's the truth. You should make music even if it's bad, especially if it's bad.
What the hell are you talking about?
Think about it. When you see a polished YouTube tutorial or a perfect Instagram clip from your favorite producers cooking up beats, you don't see the hundreds of trash beats they made before that one, the hundreds of mistakes they made before they posted that one. You're only seeing the highlight reel, not the bloopers. Pretty much all of us as creatives suffer from being a perfectionist, but here's what perfectionism really is. It's just fear in disguise. It's not trying to make you better, it's just trying to keep you safe. But safe is the enemy of growth. Think about it, man. When you were a kid, you might have just smashed into some piano keys or made like a ridiculous song with one of your boys, and you'd think to yourself, bro, I'm actually a genius. You didn't care if what you made was off key. You didn't care if it actually made sense or musical sense. You were just having fun. But somewhere along the way, you learned to be self-conscious. You started thinking, man, this isn't good enough. And so you stopped. But here's the thing. Bad isn't the opposite of good. It's the start of good. Every producer you look up to, Metro Boomin, Wheezy, whoever, they didn't start off making fire beats from the jump. They all started making stuff that was probably terrible. They had to put the time, the reps, make a ton of mistakes to get to the point that they're at. The point is that you can't fix a beat that doesn't exist. You can only learn and improve on the ones you actually make. Think of it like basketball, for example. The hardest step is picking up a ball and taking your first shot. You take that first shot, missing the hoop completely, but that's way closer to making a basket than never shooting the ball in the first place. Or in music terms, it's like mixing. Turning every dial to the wrong spot is still better than staring at an empty project, because at least now you have something to adjust. The gap between making a terrible beat, a terrible track, and not making any tracks at all is massive. But the gap between a good track and a bad track, that's actually pretty small. Literally the only thing that stands in between that gap is practice, tweaking, and reps. And honestly, most times the stuff that you think is trash, someone else might vibe with. Your worst beat might actually inspire an artist somewhere out there in the world. Your half-finished loop that you thought was terrible could actually really inspire another producer to come up with a really cool idea that could lead to some crazy opportunities, placements, sync opportunities, you know, the list goes on. Some of the best, most successful music in history actually kind of happened by accident. Some of the biggest songs came from throwaway ideas. You don't get to skip the bad phase. No one does. Every great producer had to go through it. The only way to get better is to just make those bad tracks. Learn from them and just keep going. Stop waiting until you're ready. Stop overthinking. Open your DAW, drop a sample, add some drums, lay down a melody, even if it's bad, especially if it's bad, because your bad music is better than doing nothing. And your good music, that's only going to come if you push through and make the bad stuff first. So go and make music, make it ugly, make it bad, make it trash, but just make it anyway.